If you work in the tech industry, you've probably gotten a lot of messages from recruiters. And all recruiters are the same, right? No. There's generally two types of recruiters, in-house and agency recruiters. And it's obvious, in-house recruiters are working for an employer trying to fill a job, but who do agency recruiters work for? And what are the pros or cons of working with these recruiters?
Let's get back to work.
Get back to work.
America is back to work.
Hi, my name is April. Thanks for visiting my channel. If you are on the job search, looking for new opportunities, or generally passionate about your career, this channel is for you. Please subscribe and like this video so more people like you can find it. I have a good understanding of agency recruiters. I've been an agency recruiter. Recruiters get a lot of hate and I understand why. We can be persistent and aggressive. So this video isn't just a why recruiters suck video. I'm going to do back-to-back pro and con of working with agency recruiters. So let's get started. First pro, free resume feedback. Now I can't make promises, but most recruiters will give you free feedback on your resume if they are representing you. And honestly, there has been times I have edited a candidate's resume because the formatting was messed up. And I knew I could edit the resume faster than they could. I've even sent back candidates an updated version of their resume in the past. It may not be as good as a custom resume paid service, but it's a pretty nice perk of working with agency recruiters. And the first con of working with agency recruiters is your resume goes into a candidate database. That means your resume and contact information is in an alphabetized database that any other recruiter can see. It's likely that you'll get a phone call or email about jobs when you are not on the job search, or possibly jobs that you are not even interested in. Or that company could sell their database to another recruiting company so that your resume and contact information is now available to thousands of more recruiters who may contact you to set up interviews, looking for referrals, or to possibly help you hire for your team. So before working with an agency recruiter, know that while your information may be private, that does not mean that it will only stay with that recruiter. Second pro, companies working with agency recruiters generally have some money. Recruiter fees can be up to $50,000. So any company working with an agency recruiter is ready and willing to pay that kind of fee. And that's good news. A company working with an agency recruiter probably has to hire quickly too, because there is a need on a team. Companies working with agency recruiters are generally growing fast, and that is also good news that your job on a team will most likely be a new position or an expanded position thanks to company growth. So while it might not apply to all the companies a recruiter will work with, generally any company working with an agency recruiter is pretty good. The second con of working with agency recruiters is that there's a lot of them, and some companies work with over a dozen recruiting agencies. That means that you will probably hear about the same job over and over from different recruiters. While many companies may choose to only work with 3 to 4 agencies, that's still 3 to 4 recruiters that are going to pitch the same job to you. It may feel like you're hearing the same job description from every recruiter that you talk to. Well, that's because it is. And that can be a major con in the job search when you take time to talk to a recruiter just to find out they don't have any new opportunities to offer you. The third pro of working with agency recruiters are generally talking directly to the hiring manager, and they can get your resume in front of your potential manager as quick as possible. If you apply to a job online, it goes to HR first. If you are referred by a friend, the manager will direct your friend to start with HR in the interview process. But when you're working with an agency recruiter, we send your resume straight to the hiring manager's inbox with a small description about your background, information about what you're looking for in a job, and we follow up on that email until it gets responded. Sometimes that can be up to 5 follow-up emails on your resume, so there's a lot better chance that the right person or people will see your resume faster when you work with an agency recruiter. The third con of working with these agency recruiters, while they can get your resume in front of the right people quickly, they will put your resume in front of anyone if that means to get a new client. So you may find out your resume has been put in application for a job that you've never heard of and you didn't even want to interview with in the first place. Why are they doing that? Well, for recruiters, you are the product, the candidate, and the customer is the employer. So they may want to gain a better reputation with the customer, and your resume might be a great fit for the job. So they're going to send over your information without your approval so that they can get this new customer to work with them longer. And that is part of the risk that you take working with agency recruiters. You are giving them your resume with your contact information, so they may use it for purposes that are not necessarily in the highest good for your job search. Now, this is a dirty trick of agency recruiting, so don't snitch on me. Don't tell other recruiters about my channel. This is only for job seekers, but it's true. That's what happens. The fourth pro of working with an agency recruiter is you are the product. So agency recruiters are going to sell their product to the hiring manager when no one else in the interview process will be advocating for you in that way. And why do agency recruiters want you to get the job so badly? Well, because they're going to make money from it. Hiring managers can second guess themselves and second guess a candidate. The agency recruiter is like a bird on a shoulder saying, pick this person, pushing the scale in your favor without you having to do a single thing. The next con of an agency recruiter is they are working with several candidates, and you may not be the best candidate that they are working with. So they may not prioritize you or your job search. Well, maybe they don't have any roles for you at this time. You're not strong enough as a candidate, or your salary ask is too high. So it's entirely possible you may finally decide to work with an agency recruiter, send them your resume, and never hear a word from them again. The next pro of working with agency recruiters, they are professional salary negotiators. They will do a way better job than you will at getting the higher side of your salary range or a better package in general. Recruiters have the most up-to-date information on market salaries and can advise you to take a higher salary. The higher your salary is, the more that they make. But the con here is that the recruiting agency fee may affect your candidacy. What I mean is agency recruiters have contracts with every single company they work with, and they are paid when someone is hired onto the team. Most typically, it is a percentage of income. This percentage can be anywhere from 3% all the way up to 30 or 40%. If you are working with an agency recruiter that has a high agency fee, there is a chance that your candidacy may be rejected just because the recruiter fee is so big. There may also be a clause in that contract that says the company can't contact you for a year or longer to hire. It's pretty hard to get around those contracts, and that can be a major downside of working with agency recruiters. And the last pro of working with agency recruiters, since agency recruiters work directly with the hiring managers, they have an idea of what's coming up for the team and company growth. They know about jobs before they are even open. So these agency recruiters can recommend you to opportunities that you would never be able to apply to. These agency recruiters also have a better idea of personality and fit. They typically spend more time trying to find a good fit for the team because they are financially incentivized to spend more effort to find a good personality fit for the team. So there's an extra person in the interview process helping you make sure you pick the right job. And the last con of working with agency recruiters, related to the last pro, is that agency recruiters know about jobs before they are open. So they may be recruiting you for jobs that Never become open. You may get super excited about an opportunity with a new team just to find out months later that that opportunity never came into reality. Sometimes recruiters are presumptive, trying to push their business forward and create new business opportunities. That might be through pushing a candidate for a fictitious role. So a recruiter might get you super pumped and excited about a job, but the timing could be off and you possibly could never get to that interview process because the recruiter was acting too preemptively. And that's the end of my video. Thanks for giving this a watch. I hope this gives you a better understanding of what it's like working with agency recruiters, the pros and cons. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Did I get this right, or did I miss any other pros and cons of working with recruiters? Please don't make this a recruiter hate fest in the comments if you are someone that has received a lot of recruiter messages. We apologize, not all of us are the same. Agency recruiters exist because hiring is hard and hiring quickly is hard. And sometimes it's cheaper to pay a 20 grand fee than it is to set a recruitment department up in the company. Thanks for visiting my channel. Please subscribe and I hope to see you in the next one.